For this week in history, trivia style, the goal is always to get 7 questions correct. There's 7 multiple choice questions set to medium. And our goal every week is to get to 7. You keep your own score. I am neither judge nor jury, but I may make comments if you're a known offender, a repeat offender for changing your answer. I may make a comment. Here we go. Question number 1 of 7. On July 16th, 1945, the United States detonated the first atomic bomb in which New Mexico desert test site? July 16th, 1945, the United States exploded the first atomic weapon ever. We did it in New Mexico in a desert test range. What was the name of the desert test range? Here are your options. Was it Sandia? In the sand, that'd be fun. Was it Trinity? Was it Los Alamos? Or was it Roswell? These are your options for question number 1. Sandia, Trinity, Los Alamos, or Roswell? Mr. Taney pops in with Trinity as his answer. I see some other viewers out there, so I'll give you a chance. All right. White Sands, that's funny. It's not even an option, but it's still funny. And James, have the family log in and play along so they can answer instead of just shouting the answers to you. They can plug in their own answers. Again, it's July 16th, 1945. The United States detonates the first atomic weapon. What was the weapon? The atomic weapon, where was it done? The options you have are Sandia, Trinity, Los Alamos, or Roswell. I am with Mr. Taney on this. I believe the desert site's name was Trinity. Question number 2. It doesn't look like we have a lot of live viewers today, so I'm not going to pause as long as I would normally do. So if you want to answer, answer. If you don't want to answer, don't answer. But the elongated pauses, giving you time to answer, I'm not going to do today. Question number 2. What U.S. amusement park opened on July 1st, 1955, changing theme parks forever? What U.S. amusement park opened on July 17th, 1955, changing theme parks forever? Here are your options. Was it Six Flags, Universal Studios, Disneyland, or Cedar Point? What U.S. amusement park opened on July 17th, 1955, changing theme parks forever? Was it Six Flags, Universal Studios, Disneyland, or Cedar Point? James has got his answer with Florida one. Yeah, I believe that a bunch of converted swampland in July 17, 1955 was Disney. I thought it was Disney World. But I believe the answer is Disney. Whether it's World or Land is confusing to me because I've been to both, and I thought it was Disney World. No. Disney World's on the West Coast. Disneyland is in Florida. I'm going with Disneyland. James is going with Disneyland, the Florida one. Moving on. Question number 3. Apollo 11 launched from the Kennedy Space Center on July 16th, 1969. Who stayed in the command module? So, little history lesson there about Apollo 11. It was the first time humans walked on the moon. There are 3 people on the spacecraft that goes to the moon. Only 2 of them are allowed to go out and play. Now, you may know their names, but do you know the name of the person who had to stay? Imagine traveling 250,000 miles to your destination, and then Dad says, stay in the car. And then 250,000 miles back. That should be a very angry person. Here are your options. Was it Neil Armstrong, Michael Collins, Buzz Aldrin, or Jim Lovell? In reverse order, Jim Lovell, Buzz Aldrin, Michael Collins, or Neil Armstrong. Who was the one man who was told to stay in the car when they got to the moon? James pops in before he heard the multiple choice answers with Chris Collins. Now that he's heard his multiple choice answers, I'm sure he's going to correct his answer to what is the correct answer. Michael Collins. Little known fact, that poor guy went all the way to the moon and wasn't even allowed to go outside and play. Question number 4. What infamous French event began on July 14th, 1789? Now, when it comes to French events that are infamous, there's not many of them. When I read you your multiple choice options, it should be pretty easy to figure out which one of these. Yes, Jim Lovell was the commander of Apollo 11, correct. What French event began on July 14th, 1789? If you're up on your Broadway plays, you know this one. Was it the storming of Versailles, Napoleon's coup, the storming of the Bastille, or the French Declaration of Rights? So you got 2 stormings. Was it the storming of the Bastille or the storming of Versailles? I've been close to Versailles, but I've never gone there. And I don't even know where Bastille is. Napoleon's coup or the French Declaration of Rights? Revolution is what Mr. Taney is talking about on Bastille Day. And I agree with him. I agree that July 14th is referred to as Bastille Day and still celebrated to this day. Question number 5. Which iconic musician passed away on July 16th, 1981? Probably don't know. Iconic musician that passed away on July 16th, 1981. You don't know. But if I told you he was known for a hit called A Blueberry Hill, would that help you answer the question? I found my thrill on Blueberry Hill. Here are your options. Was it Little Richard? Was it Fats Domino? Was it Harry Chapin? Or was it Nat King Cole? What iconic musician passed away on July 16th, 1981, known for his hits like A Blueberry Hill? Looking for your answers. My answer, I'm giving it in advance because I'm not waiting around. I got things to do today. Yes, again, me and Mr. Taney agree. It looks like we have the option of going 7 for 7. It looks like we could do it. Let's find out. I agree. Fats Domino sang A Blueberry Hill. Question number 6. On July 20th, 1976, what NASA spacecraft successfully landed on Mars? Yes, we landed on Mars for the first time on July 20th, 1976. It's not just that the people at NASA enjoyed their summertime fun. There's a lot to do with where NASA is in July in relation to the moon and Mars. You see a lot of these first-time things happening in July. Well, that's the reason, because that's as close as we could get at that time when that launch occurred. July 20th, 1976, what NASA spacecraft successfully landed on Mars? Anybody over there know? No. Was it Curiosity, Voyager, Viking 1, or Pathfinder? Uh-oh. I may have spoken too soon about going 7 for 7. It's July 20th. It's 1976. NASA spacecraft successfully landed on the moon. I'm pretty sure Voyager is still voyaging. Pathfinder is an option. Curiosity, I really feel like was a lot later than 1976. Viking 1, I don't think landed anywhere either. Oh my goodness. I'm going to let Mr. Taney, he made a joke there with the Mars rover. That's hilarious. Curiosity would be a great one. That'd be a great name. He's going with Pathfinder, and I think that is the correct answer. But, I mean, if I just keep taking, I don't think I am going with Pathfinder. That's it. I'm going with Pathfinder. He's going with Pathfinder. We will most assuredly, we will hang together, or we will most assuredly hang separately. We're in it to win it. It's Viking or Pathfinder. Viking 1, which leads you to believe that there was more than one Viking. Voyager is definitely a probe, a deep space probe. It's not Voyager. Curiosity, I'm pretty sure, landed in the 2000s. And you're right. It's either Viking 1 or Pathfinder. I'm going to stick with Pathfinder. Finally, the last question of the supplemental. And thanks for joining us, by the way. July 18th. And again, if anybody sees Stacy, tell him I'm sorry. I wasn't yelling at him. I was just yelling. That's something I find myself saying a lot. I'm not yelling at you. I'm just yelling. I'm not mad. I'm just loud. July 17th, the 18th, July 18th, 1966, saw the release of which classic surf-themed album by the Beach Boys? July 18th, 1966, saw the release of what classic surf-themed album by the Beach Boys? Here are your options. Was it Surfin' Safari? Was it Endless Summer? Was it Surf's Up? Or was it Pet Sounds? These are your options. July 18th, 1966, the Beach Boys released a surf-themed album. What was its name? Only one of them is a song that I know, and it seems appropriate that it would be on that album. So I have my answer. My answer's locked in. Feel free to give me your answer whenever you're ready. Again, your options for July 18th, 1966, Beach Boys released this album. Was it Surfin' Safari, Endless Summer, Surf's Up, or Pet Sounds? It's for Pet Sounds. No, it's not Pet Sounds. Answers, please. I have to type in because I don't know the answers either until I give it that. Mr. Taney has chosen answer number A, Surfin' Safari. I agree with him. I also believe it is Surfin' Safari. Pet Sounds was an actual album? That's hilarious. Here we go with the answers for today's This Week in History trivia style quiz. Answer number 1 was Trinity. Good job. Answer number 2 was Disneyland. Answer number 3, Michael Collins. Answer number 4, getting more and more excited, was the storming of the Bastille. Question number 5. What the heck? All right. I don't I don't like when ChatGPT gets a little sassy, okay? Here's the answer it gave us for question number 5. What iconic musician passed away on July 16th, 1981? For some reason, I guess it was listening in, it gave me an X. It says Harry Chapin. He died that day in a car crash. This was a trick question. Fats Domino did not die in 1981. He died in 2017. So the correct answer, based on the question's wording, is actually Harry Chapin. I will scold ChatGPT for that. Don't do that again. Don't give me trick questions, bitch. So we got that wrong. But I, being the judge and the jury, regardless of what was previously stated, I waive that question. You could still have a perfect score if you got that one wrong, which we all did, because we all said Fats Domino. On Blueberry Hill. Not Harry Chapin, who I don't even know. Don't even know who that is, so how could that person be iconic? Question number 6. The answer, neither of us chose. The answer was Viking 1. It was not Pathfinder. And the final question of the day, Mr. Taney knew the answers, or no. Again, you keep your own score. I know I got this wrong, and there's no way around wording it. The iconic album released by the Beach Boys on July 18th, 1966 was called Pet Sounds. Yeah, I did horrible this week, and I thought I was doing really, really good, and then I wasn't because of a trick question and because I didn't know those answers. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, once again, as always, thanks for playing along. We have a fun time every Sunday morning, and this Sunday is no different. So I remind you today, as I remind you every day, just be the best person that you can be. And if you were a great person today, be an even better person tomorrow. Chick Brew sends her love. A new episode of The Lunsby Show is recorded later today. In the meantime,